afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon, dear children.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Okay. So what did we discuss in the last class?
That we
Tell me, Lisa.
after 20.
Lisa, just tell me, what did we discuss in the last class? Issa Jivraj. Okay, his eyes facing connectivity problem. Lakshmi Chandra.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, tell me, what did we discuss yesterday?
We discussed about the chapter 2 after 20 years.
Yes.
Then we said the policeman was doing his duty as he was doing it. And he saw a man in the front of hardware shop waiting on.
I just asked you, what did we discuss? Just give me quick, short points.
Ma'am, can you hear me now?
Issa,
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear
you were
me?
facing a network problem when I asked you. I was just asking, what did we discuss yesterday?
Okay, ma'am.
Children, one thing that you have to notice, you have to answer to the question. Okay. Learn to answer to the question. It's not a problem. I'm not particularly pointing out. I just asked you, what did we discuss? What are the things that we discussed? That's all. So give me a quick answer. I don't want a detailed explanation. Give me a quick answer.
Chapter 2 after 20 years.
Yes. We dealt with the author of the story. Didn't we?
Yes.
Yes.
ma'am.
We learned about the author. Who is the author of the story after 20 years?
Oh, and
Henry.
So I gave you enough details about the author. Then we did a couple of paragraphs on the story as well. Is it not?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So did you all go through those paragraphs?
yes,
Did you all
ma'am.
read those paragraphs that we discussed yesterday? Yes? All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So keep your books closed. Let me check your comprehension. Very, very simple questions. Okay, no need to worry. Just to see whether you are following the class. So just try to answer the question in a sentence, not more than that. Okay, in a sentence or two. Sriram, first question is to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Where does the setting of the story take place? Where does the setting of the story take place?
The setting of the story takes place.
Please be louder, my dear. Actually, the sound is coming out of the board, so I find it difficult to hear you. Please make it clear. Where is the setting of the story take place?
The setting of the story takes place in a
The setting of the story takes place in a Come on. Okay, Sriram is a bit confused.
Place
Shane,
name
can you help him?
Ma'am, is it place name?
Pardon?
Street.
Yes,
street.
exactly. Okay, so note it down, children. The setting of the story takes place in a street. The story is set in a street. In the opening of the chapter or in the opening of the story, we find that somebody is on the street. Okay, so the setting of the story takes place in the street. The next question is to Tanmay.
Yes, ma'am.
How does the author describe the street? How does the author describe the street?
The street is empty and peaceful.
Yes, my dear?
The street is empty.
Yeah, the street is empty. Is it fully empty?
There is one man standing in front of the hardware shop.
Was it fully empty? Was the street fully empty?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Anthony saying to let him in.
Ma'am, I am.
Krishna Kripa? No response. Uma Parvati? Uma, give me the answer. How does the author describe the street?
The street was quite dark.
Hmm?
And the street was dark, and there were not many shops. The shops were closed,
Yes.
and the street is a place where it's early hours,
Yeah.
and the policeman was walking through the street, checking.
All right. Okay. Okay. So it was barely 10 o'clock and there were few people there on the street and the shops were almost closed, but there were light from the corners. Okay. That is how you describe the street. It was barely 10 o'clock and the shops were closed, but we could see few people on the road and lights from the corners. All right. Next question. What impression do you form of the policeman from the first paragraph? In the beginning of the story itself, author O. Henry introduces a character to us, that is the policeman. So what kind of impression do you get about the policeman? Is the question clear to you? Is the question clear to you, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So I expect Parvati Menon to answer.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, he is sincere in doing his job.
Mm.
He was also strong and he was walking confidently.
Mm.
Um,
Yes. Policeman is described as
in
a strong and well-built man who walks confidently
on
by
the-
carrying out his duty. So he was patrolling on the street and he was walking confidently. Okay, who can express more about policeman? Parvati said that he was walking confidently and he had a very strong built body. But other than that, can you think of some positive qualities about the policeman?
He walked along the street with his stall.
Yeah, stalwart means strong and steady. I do agree with that.
He was
He had a strong
responsible
body. Yes,
man.
he was well built.
He was
He
a
was patrolling through the street and that's his responsibility with sincerity.
Yes, he was
He,
carrying out his duty with responsibility and at the same time, he was honest too. And one more point.
Ma'am,
He
he
was
used to
honest,
stop
he
often.
he was responsible or dutiful and
Ma'am, he used to stop often to look out.
pardon?
Ma'am, he used to stop in certain places and he used to look out for any.
Yes. So just put it in a single term. He was keeping a watchful eye around the street. So that shows that he's very alert. He's very alert or vigilant. Okay. So note down the point. The policeman is described as a strong, well-built man who walked confidently while he was patrolling the street, and he was dutiful or responsible, and he was honest and alert while carrying out his duty. Did you get the point?
And can you please repeat?
Do you want me to repeat?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. The policeman is described as a strong and well-built man. See, children, you're always free to write it in your own words. Okay, I'm just giving you the points only. He is a well-built or strongly built man who was walking confidently along the street as he was patrolling. And he is described as a dutiful or responsible policeman who was honest in his job, at the same time alert. Okay. Moving on to the next question. What did the policeman see while he was patrolling the street? What did the policeman see while he was patrolling the street? Anusha.
He saw a man standing beside a dark.
Yes. While he was patrolling in the midst of a block, he slowed down because he noticed a man who was standing in front of the hardware store. What was the peculiarity of that hardware store? Was there enough light?
No.
dim light.
There was no light. It was a darkened hardware store. Okay. So the man was standing in front of a darkened hardware store. All right. Next question. Next question is to Ishel.
Yes, ma'am.
Briefly describe the appearance of the second man in the story. Yesterday we discussed the appearance of the man too, external appearance. Yeah.
He was a pale,
Mm.
he had a pale, square-jawed face with keen eyes.
Yeah. He had a pale, square-jawed face with keen eyes. Very good.
And a little white scar
Yes.
on
A
the
little white
his
scar just above his
right
right
eyebrow.
eyebrow. Then the second point, that's the second point. And the third point,
scarf pin,
he had a large diamond set on his scarf.
Perfect.
Okay. So there are 3 points that you have to note about the second man. That means the man who was standing in front of the darkened hardware store. He had a pale, scar-jawed face with keen eyes and with a little white scar on his right eyebrow. And there was a scarf pin, which was an oddly set large diamond. Okay. So on the whole, what impression do you get about the second man?
He was rich.
Yes, yes, Amal.
He was rich.
He was rich, exactly. He was extremely wealthy. Okay. Because diamonds, you know that diamonds are used by royal people or the people of nobility. Okay, so he was extremely rich. All right. Yes.
Mama, I asked you unavoidable because I was having a power issue.
We are just discussing yesterday's portion, Adityan.
Okay,
All right. What did the man say to the officer? What did the man say to officer? Parthiv? Yes. When the policeman approached the man, immediately he started speaking. What did he say to the policeman?
He said he was waiting for his friend.
Mm.
It was an appointment made 20 years back.
Very good, very good. He told the police officer that he is waiting for his friend, and that was an appointment made between them 20 years back. So where was he supposed to wait, Rudra?
Ma'am,
Where was he supposed to wait as per the promise made to his friend?
Ma'am, in front of Big Joe Brady's restaurant.
Very good. In front of Big Joe Brady's restaurant. Children, learn the name. Learn the name of the restaurant. Don't get confused. Okay. Malavika, next question is to you. What happened to the Big Joe Brady restaurant? Is it still there or not?
No, it was torn down 5 years ago.
Very good. It was torn down 5 years back. Anthony, where is the second man standing right now?
In front of the hardware shop.
Yes.
Hardware.
The man is standing in front of the darkened hardware store. Very good. Okay. All right, children. So we'll have a quick look at some pictures in connection with our chapter. Are you able to identify who is this?
Oh, Henry.
Henry.
Yes. O. Henry. Do you remember what are the points that we discussed about O. Henry?
Yes.
Yes. O. Henry is
Also
an American writer. Yes,
He's
who
a
is
short
popular for
story
his
writer.
short stories. Okay. O. Henry is an American writer who is popular for his short stories. So this was the picture in his youth, and this is a picture in his late 40s. And yesterday I told you that he lived for a very short span of time, that is up to the age of 47.
47 years.
Yes. And yeah, from 1862 to 1910. Then what are the peculiarities of his work? He is known for wit, wordplay,
warm character.
Or distinct ending suspense.
yes, wit, wordplay, warm characterization, and also surprise ending or twisted endings. Okay. And yeah, this is all what we have discussed yesterday. So readers will not have any idea what is going to happen at the end of the story. So that always remains as the peculiarity of O. Henry's story. What is his full name? Do you remember the full name?
William Sidney Potter.
William Sidney Potter. Okay, always remember the real name of O. Henry. O. Henry is just a pen name or pseudonym, but his actual name is William Sidney Potter. All right. This is the house where he was born. And I just wanted to show you a picture. That is a hotel named after O. Henry Hotel. And let's have a quick look at the cover pages of the books written by him. That is the 4 Million, a short story written by O. Henry. Then When the Last Leaf Falls, again another fantastic story. Then The Gift of the Magi. Then Retrieved Information, The Purple Dress, After 20 Years. Okay, so this is a story that we will be learning today. So shall we continue, children? Any more doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No. Okay. Heza Nashwa, what's wrong with your video? Heza, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Your video is off. Please switch it on. All right. So we'll continue page number 15. I want Arjun to read. Arjun, read.
It's all right, officer, he said. I'm just waiting for
We
a
have
friend.
completed all those paragraphs. I want you to start with the 4th paragraph. 20 years ago.
20 years ago tonight, said the man, I dined here at Big Joe Brady's with Jimmy Wells, my best friend and the finest chap in the world. He and I were raised here in New York.
Raised here
in New York, just like two brothers. I was 18 and Jimmy was 20. The next morning, I was going off to the west to make my fortune.
Okay, thank you, Arjun. Prajita, you can continue.
Yes, ma'am. The next morning, I was going off to the west to make my fortune. You could not have dragged Jimmy out of New York. He thought it was the only place on earth.
Yes,
Well,
continue.
We agreed that night that we would meet here exactly 20 years from that date and time, no matter what our conditions might be or from what distance we might have come. We thought that in 20 years, each of us would have our lives worked out and our fortunes made, whatever they were going to be.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Prajita. So children, one thing that you have to notice that the entire story takes place on the stream and it is night time and there is no enough light. Okay. So the policeman noticed a man standing in front of the darkened hardware store during his patrolling. And as he approached the man, without any hesitation, the man started speaking. So what do you think? Why did the man start speaking without any question from the policeman?
He know that policeman will come and ask what.
Okay, he might be expecting a question from policeman. What's the reason why you are standing here at late night? All right. Any other idea comes into your mind?
Maybe.
Because
Maybe because he's
changing the subjects.
One at a time. Just raise your hand. I'll come to you. Yes, Shane has got some idea. Yes, Shane?
maybe he's a thief and he is trying to divert the subject.
Okay, maybe he is a thief and he is trying to divert the subject. Okay, there is a possibility. Yes, children, any other possibilities?
That policeman may look that he is looking like suspicious person.
Okay, policeman might have felt that this man is a kind of suspicious one. All right. Okay. Yes, yes. Any more answers? Gauri Parvati.
Ma'am, as he was standing in a darkened hardware store, people don't usually stand in the darkened place of the street. And usually people will likely to be standing on the on places where there is light. So he looked suspicious.
All right, all right. That is also another possibility. Normally at night, we do not prefer to stand in the dark. Am I right? Yes, we all prefer to stand under the light. So the man started speaking to the police officer, thinking that sometimes the police officer might have felt something wrong about him. So he started speaking. But one thing that you have to notice that, was the policeman able to see the man's face clearly at that point of time?
No.
When he approached, my question is, when the policeman approached the man to speak or to have a word with him, Was he able to see the face of the man clearly?
No.
No, because he was standing in front of the darkened harvest store. Okay, then after quite some time, when he continued with his dialogue, he moved or he shifted, and a dim light from a neighboring store showed the man's face. So now tell me whether the policeman was able to see him or not.
Yes.
Yes. So remember, initially the policeman was not able to identify who the man was, but later on, when he moved to the light, the policeman could see that the man was rich enough because he had a large diamond on his scarf, and he also had a pale, scourged face and a little scar on his right eyebrow. Is this much clear to you?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, the sentence.
Speaking.
Ma'am, one sentence. Ma'am, I'm Gauri.
Yeah,
Gauri.
tell me.
Ma'am, there's one sentence here. 20 years ago, there used to be a restaurant where this store stands now. The first paragraph in page number 15. And that sentence shows us that this man actually knew that the restaurant was torn down, right?
Yeah, we are coming to it. Okay, actually the man was quite familiar with that place. And as a part of the promise that he made to his friend, he came to see the friend. Okay, so that is the same point where he is standing right now. Okay, we'll come to it. You will have number of questions in your mind right now. Everything will be clarified as we proceed with the story. Okay, shall I continue?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Years ago tonight, said the man, I dined here at Big Joe Brady's with Jimmy Wells, my best friend and the finest chap in the world. So for whom he is waiting, for whom this man is waiting?
Jimmy Wells.
Jimmy Wells. So now it's clear that the person for whom the man is waiting is Jimmy Wells. So mark the name. Jimmy Wells is his best friend. So 20 years before, both of them, Jimmy and the man, dined. They had a great dinner together at Big Joe Brady's. And look at that. He describes his friend in such a sweet way. How does he describe Jimmy Wells?
Sweet way.
My best friend and the finest chap in the world.
Yes, very good. My best friend and finest chap in the world. What do you mean by chap here? Chap?
Friend.
This person.
My pal.
Chap means young man, young man. So the man describes his friend Jimmy Wells as the best person and also the young man in the world. He and I were raised here in New York just like two brothers. So they were great friends, but they just grew up as brothers. Okay, so they shared their feelings, they shared emotions, and they shared their dreams and aspirations, everything, and they had a good time with each other. So from very young days onwards, they were brought up together and they had a very close bonding with each other. I was 18 and Jimmy was 20. So just a 2 years difference. But it doesn't matter. They remained true good friends. The next morning, I was going off to the west to make my fortune. What do you mean by fortune here?
Money.
Vaishnav, what do you mean by fortune? Any idea?
Money, dollar.
My life.
Fortune. Fortune means?
Ma'am, the coming of life.
See, children, please do excuse me, okay? As I told you, just because the sound is coming out of the board, it's not clear. So I may ask you to repeat. It's not clear for me. Somebody is answering.
Ma'am, career.
Career? Okay, fortune here means good future. Or you can say that large amount of money. Okay, fortune, a better life or future or large amount of money or asset. It does not exactly means career or profession, but here it means future or asset, a large amount of money so that you can live a better life. Okay, so the next morning, so once they dined together at Big Joe Brady's restaurant, what happened? The man was about to go to the west. West here means the west part of United States of America. Okay, so the western part refers to cities like Alaska, Arizona, California, New Mexico, Washington, and so on. So this man, the man who is standing in front of the darkened harvest store, he decided to go to the west in order to make a good fortune. Is it clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You could not have dragged Jimmy out of New York. He thought it was the only place on earth. Well, we agreed that night we would meet here exactly 20 years from that date and time, no matter what our conditions might be or from what distance we might have to come. So another thing is that Jimmy was a person who was very much attached to his native place, New York. Jimmy never wanted to move from New York. Okay, so the man says that you could not drag Jimmy out of New York. He believes that this is the only place on earth. Is there anyone like that in my class?
No.
No. I'm sure that if ever you get an opportunity, you would fly abroad. That's good. That's good. Okay. We should not stick to any particular place. If you really wanted to grow, we have to move on and on. Okay. So Jimmy was a person who was so close to his native place. He never wanted to leave New York. And he believed that that was the only place on earth. He was very much comfortable living in New York. But they made an agreement. They made an agreement that after 20 years, in whichever position they will be, they will come back and they will meet each other and they will have a good time. So that shows the thick friendship that they shared with each other. So parting with somebody whom you love is very, very difficult. Am I right? Especially if you have a very good friend or a best friend in your life. And if you have to move on or if you have to part with them, it's very painful. But of course, you can keep in touch with them. So they promised each other that what conditions might be or what distance they will be in the future, they will come back and they will meet each other. We thought that in 20 years, each of us would have our lives worked out and our fortunes made, whatever they were going to be. So within that short span of time, they believe that they will be able to make a good fortune and they can come back and meet each other. Is this paragraph clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Continue. Anthony, read. Page number 16, first paragraph.
Sound pretty interesting, said the policeman. Rather a long time between meets though, it seems to me. Haven't you heard from your friend since you left? Well, we did write to each other for a time, said the other. But after a year or two, we lost track of each other. You see, it isn't easy trying to make a life in the West, and I got rather busy. But I know Jimmy will meet me here if he's alive, for he was always the truest, staunchest old champ in the world. He'll never forget. I came 1,000 miles to stand at this door tonight, and it's worth it if my old friend turns up. The waiting man pulled out a handsome watch, the lids of which were set with small diamonds.
Okay, thank you, Anthony. So children, let me ask you, had the man able to achieve his objective after moving to the West? What do you think? I'm talking about the second man. Was he able to achieve his objective after moving to the West? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. All of you agree with yes?
Yes.
So can you make your answer a little more clear for me? Why do you say yes? How do you know that he was able to make a better fortune there?
With his appearance.
Because after a year after they left,
I think Amna will answer. Amna, yes? If you say yes, can you make it clear? How was he able to achieve his objective? He moved to the West only to make a good fortune. His intention or his aim or goal was to make a large amount of money or asset. Okay, that is why he parted from his friend 20 years back. And what do you think? Was he able to achieve his objective?
Yes.
How do you know?
His appearance, he was wearing diamond.
Okay, from his appearance. He had a diamond on his scarf pin. And anything else? Anything else to be added to that? From the paragraph that you listened right now?
Ma'am.
Carlin? Come on, children, answer quickly.
He pulled out a handsome watch and lips with small diamonds.
Very good, very good. So there are two reasons. Okay, there are two reasons why you can say that he was able to fulfill his objective. He has become wealthy enough after 20 years when he came back to meet his friend. One reason is that on his scarf, he had a large diamond. And another thing is that he had a handsome watch with the lids that's set with small diamonds. Okay, so policeman said that it sounds pretty interesting. Though it took a long time to meet, he was able to earn a large amount of money within 20 years. And now another question asked by policeman is that, haven't you heard from your friend since you left? Were you still keep in touch with your friend? Yes, he said, well, we did write to each other for a time, but after a year or two, we lost track of each other. You see, it isn't easy trying to make a life in the West. I got rather busy. So initially, when he moved to the West, they kept in touch with each other. They wrote letters to each other. But after some time, when he became busy with his work, what happened? They lost the connection or they lost the track. Sometimes the same thing happened to us also, isn't it? We try to keep in touch with our friends either through WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook. But once we become busy, what happens? The other person will think that, oh, he or she is not contacting me. Then why should I message him or her? Is it not? So it's common. It's common. It's human. It can happen. So he says that he got busy and he could not keep in touch with his friend. But he believes that if Jimmy is alive, definitely he will come to meet. But I know Jimmy will meet me if he is alive, for he was always the truest, staunchest old chap in the world. What do you mean by staunchest? Staunchest.
Most loyal.
Loyal.
Staunchest means most loyal. He was very sincere person. He'll never forget. I came 1,000 miles to stand at this door tonight, and it's worth if my old friend turns up. If my friend comes to meet me, then it's so worthy because I have traveled 1,000 miles. And right now at this point of time, especially at the late evening, I'm here in the dark. So I believe that he will never forget me. He's a very sincere person and he will surely come. The waiting man pulled out a handsome watch, the lids of which were set with small diamonds. So again, that matter shows us that he has acquired enough wealth or money in his life. Okay, so we are winding. Any doubts, children? Any doubts so far?
No, ma'am.
Is it clear?
No, ma'am.
No. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Homework for you for the next class. Draw a comparison between the two characters, the policeman and the man who was in front of the darkened store. Okay, draw a comparison between the two characters in the story. Is the question clear to you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes or no?
Ma'am, I didn't hear. Yes, ma'am.
Draw the comparison between two characters in the story, the policeman and the man who's standing in front of the darkened store. Okay, so read the text thoroughly and find out what are the points that is applicable for each character. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, children, I'll meet you in the next session. Okay, read the text well and
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.